Welcome to lesson 44 of A Course in Miracles. God is the light in which I see. God is the light in which I see. And we have made it to lesson 44. So if we are in this lesson at the moment, that means that we have already experienced at some level what it is to see with clarity. What it is to feel peace, what it is to choose something different. So we have come from other lessons where the lessons say, nothing means anything. What I'm seeing is not really the truth. There is another option, the mind of God, and acknowledging that yes, I am seeing through my perceptions. And one of the things, the ways that we can really start identifying, if you haven't yet, whether you're looking at things through the mind of the ego or you're looking at things through the mind of God, is that the mind of the ego has a similarity. No, what is the word? Singularity or something like that. It's the mind of the ego. It's got something different. The mind of the ego triggers our emotions. So we could be probably talking to someone, and we think that we're really peaceful, and suddenly someone said something, and I suddenly develop a knot in the stomach, or in the throat, or I've got a headache, or I'm so angry, or I'm really sad, or I'm really scared. So when any of those reactions come, it means that we are looking our lives and ourselves through the eyes of the ego. When there is peace, we know that we're looking at our lives and ourselves through the eyes of God. And of course that if you're being abused or someone is running after you, or someone hits you, of course that we're going to react and see things through the eyes of the ego. But can we, after the intensity left us, can we look at the situation and go, okay, what does this show me? What is this situation about? What do I have to do with this situation? Am I looking at this situation through the eyes of the ego, or the eyes of God, or the mind of the ego, or the mind of God? So in this instance, the lesson says, God is the light in which I see. So when I'm connecting through the mind of God, the mind of the source, I see clear. I see clarity. I see my life. I see situations. I see myself through the eyes of truth, and not through the eyes of the ego. And one of the things, as I was saying, one of the things that we're starting to identify is one gives me peace and the other takes it away. So one way of looking at my life gives me peace and I feel peace, and the other one takes it away. So once again, just looking at situations, your mind cannot be stopped in this unless you choose to stop it. It is merely taking its natural course. Try to observe your passing thoughts without involvement and sleep quietly by them. So this is a time that thoughts will come, and you're gonna try to justify, yeah, but they did that and she did that, and she is that and he is that, and our minds are gonna try to drive us crazy, because our mind and the ego wants to survive. The ego wants to keep us prisoners, because the ego feeds from us. Yeah. So God is the light in which I see. And this lesson also says that by this time, by lesson 44, your mind is not any longer untrained. Remember that this is like training our mind. Imagine a wild horse, and you're going and you need to tame that wild horse. But at the beginning, the wild horse goes really fast, and it takes you to to um, mud, through water. It makes you fall. It hits you against trees. Uh, so imagine that the untrained mind takes you everywhere, and then what we're trying to do is tame it and tame it. So what we're doing, and it's like a horse. We're trying to tame the horse and do what we want the horse to do, not the horse do what the horse wants to do. So we're taming our mind, we're training our mind, and this is the purpose of all these lessons. So God is the light in which I see, and that's the what we need to keep repeating as usual through the morning, and just sit with that. Just sit with that. God is the light in which I see, and see how that. What it says here too is that we are attempting to reach that space of peace, and reach out where the source and God. See how that feels. God is the light in which I see, and see whether you can connect to it as much as you're able to. We're not trying to be perfect here. We're trying to really be honest with ourselves. And if resistance comes, just observe it. And if it's too much, maybe have a break. And if not, keep going. So enjoy, and I see you tomorrow for lesson 45.